Welcome everyone to Talented Universe on the 19th day of August, 2025. This is our third podcast today with this is whatever it is. I almost said voice actor. It's like, no, it's not voice acting, but it kind of is. But this is for our vertical drama series. And I'm going to first introduce our co-hosts. Liz, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, but our heat is ramping up. We're getting ready to be almost the hottest we've been all summer. So.
Oh, well, there's something to look forward to.
Oh yeah.
But 110 or 115 or what?
We should run about 112, which I think is about 40 something.
Remember, he's been here for a little while, so he's
okay.
No, I still barely know Fahrenheit, so
really?
It is helpful.
So we have to convert it. Oh man,
yeah.
That's no fun. But Marcia, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Now, since you're talking about temperature, I'm here in Northeast Florida. It's about 90, which is great for us. But we're, kind of casting an eye toward Hurricane Erin out there. We're blowing it offshore, so it should be good.
Well, that is good. So I would first I'll introduce, and then I'll go back to Marcia. But I would like to introduce our guest today, Riley Nottingham. Yeah, we heard a little bit about you the other day when we had Declan on, but now we're going to dive deep. And our first dive deep is with Marcia. Marcia, go ahead.
Well, back to me. Thank you, Riley, for being here with us. You're like the villain, the romantic comedy, the werewolf. You've been almost everything. But I'm going to put a little coin in the Wayback Machine first. Okay. And talk about Toybox.
Marcia.
It was so cute. See, here in the States, we didn't get Toybox, but it's there out on YouTube, which is really fun. That was kind of a big part of your life about a dozen years ago.
That's right. Yes, you've done a deep dive. Yeah, so Toybox, and so I'm so excited to be here, by the way. And I've got to say that intro music, I can't be the first to comment on it. It's so inspiring. The Talented Universe. I'm just, oh my gosh, I feel like I can do anything after that intro.
Yeah. That was actually written by one of my co-hosts.
Really?
Yeah, he's a musician.
Not anyone here, though.
Not anyone here, but no. But
okay.
He wrote that. And I do appreciate that. So
yeah, it's awesome. So Toybox was a show. So I grew up in Brisbane, Queensland, and Australia, and that was kind of my big break. So it was a national kids show, and I was 18 when I got cast in that, and it's kind of a live action version of Toy Story. Is how I describe it, because there was Tom and Tina and Super Ned and Patches, a ragdoll and a robot, and then Remy and Ricky, these two rabbits, and it was a kid's bedroom that was built. It was a 5-to-1 set, so the set was a child's bedroom, just like in Toy Story, but we had a cricket bat the size of a house, and the skateboard was the size of a car, and so it was super cool. And we did 290 episodes of that.
That's incredible.
So, and so that was definitely, I'd kind of been doing commercials and theater and stuff while I was a kid, but that was definitely kind of my big break. 50 hours a week in the studio, multicam, 4 cameras, just going after it, acting, singing, dancing, and it was
and
awesome.
You played the cowboy.
I played the cowboy, Tom. Yeah, Tom the cowboy, the explorer. Yes, gosh, what else can I say about Toybox? I mean, it was so fun. Yeah.
290 episodes, that's a lot. I imagine you might have had a lot of interaction with kids who loved the show. Did you get to do that? That's in
Yes.
episodes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, definitely. So a few things. So have you heard of the Wiggles? I think they're known.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah. So our thing is 1 year the Wiggles got sick or something happened, and so we replaced them at the Christmas carols by candlelight. So we got flown to Sydney, and the composers of the show wrote a Christmas song just for that show, and that was in front of I think it was like 10,000 or 20,000 people or something, and that was pretty cool because even though I felt at the time I was like, oh, I'm so old to be getting my big break now, but looking back, I was 18 or 19 with this amazing opportunity to do like the target audience was really five-year-olds, I would say, and then skewing either side of that. And the best part about Toybox was the way that we all approached it is our characters were, I think in great children's television, the characters are the same age and psychology as the viewers. So I got to just basically be so childlike, and it was I can talk. Well, I talk so long about how much I loved it. It was just getting to do everything that I like to do: acting, jumping around, physical comedy, singing, silly things, and it was like it's just when you get to do something so much, that was a real training ground for me, and then I kind of used that to then keep on working after that. So. Yeah.
Did they have toys based on you or figures based on your characters for
action
sale
figures?
Oh my gosh. Do I have it here? So I've got I actually do have a little toy of me. Ooh, cool. that a friend made for me, actually, Leighton, who played Super Ned. He created little dolls of us because he's an incredible artist as well. So I do have that. When we were there, though, the network actually wasn't doing too much merchandising. So I said, hey, I reckon a coloring in book would be really good. Can we do that? And so I got the TV station to agree to me kind of taking ownership of that, and I created created the Toybox coloring in book, which we kind of did a limited edition, a few hundred or something of that. So that's kind of the most merchandise, and the other stuff was like the albums, I guess, because we had a song of the week. So every week was a new song, and then we had 4 or 5 other songs each episode. But it meant that at the end of the 4 seasons, like 70 or 80 kind of songs. Wow. So there's a few albums. If you they're probably on CDs though, because YouTube was kind of just starting then.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
And the last thing, did you keep like your hat? Did you keep a souvenir from the show?
Oh, I've
or aren't you allowed to say?
No, I can say. Look, I didn't keep the hat. No, I don't think they let us keep any costumes. But there was a note. There are a few like nice cards I got from the cast and from our director, which I still have in my little kind of positive evidence diary kind of thing, that just said great working with you kind of thing. So I've kind of kept that dear to me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Michael, I'll go back to you.
Yeah, I'm going to go. There's a couple people that just want to say hi, and I'm going to throw those up. Tasia May says, Riley!
Tasia!
And then Dante Reed says hi. And then Tasia also says, wow, what an amazing opportunity. That was just from Marsh's question about Toybox. So,
yeah, it honestly was. It's so hard to get any. It's so hard to book anything. Like anytime you get a role, it's like amazing. But when you think about how many, sometimes thousands of people get considered, and so many things have to line up to book a role. For instance, in that production, I was living in Brisbane, and if I wasn't in Brisbane, I don't think I would have got it. So they were kind of, even though they'd cast nationwide, they preferred to have someone in Queensland, because they were shooting in there was a TV studio, Channel 7 TV studios in Brisbane. In case you haven't been, there's a mountain called Mount Cootha, and all the TV stations are there. So I guess I'm not even sure. What are the big station, like TV channels in America?
ABC,
like
NBC,
CBS.
Okay,
CBS.
Cool. So those, imagine all, so the equivalents in Australia, Channel 7, 9, 10, ABC, all of them are on the top of this mountain in Brisbane. And so you drive up this really windy mountain for half an hour, and there was some space in one of the studios. And so that's why the TV show was going to be put on there. And they actually, I found out later, the producers had wanted to make that show as an animated series, as an animation, like kind of inspired by Toy Story, but it worked out to be too expensive. And they were like, oh, it's going to be better to actually do it with real people.
With real people. Oh, interesting.
So,
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, and if they hadn't made that decision, I wouldn't have, all these things have to line up.
Yeah,
And a final fun fact on that is that I auditioned with a song from Gilligan's Island, the musical, for Toybox.
Oh, which one?
Yep.
Which one? If you remember.
Yeah, it was Gilligan's song about, I'm a lucky guy. Like, what more could a fella want? What more could a fella need? Nothing. It's kind of this happy-go-lucky physical comedy song. And so, yeah.
So that was
Awesome.
good. That was good. Now, let me ask you this, because I was fascinated when I saw the Toybox thing, and I went, how many episodes? So it was basically 4 years so that you were in this, approximately.
It was, so it was 2010. It was about maybe 3 or 4 months in 2010 for season 1. 2011 was the big year. So season 1 was 75 episodes. 2010. 2011, we did 2 seasons of 85 episodes each, I think.
Wow.
So that was basically all year. And then 2012, I think, was season 4, which I can't remember how many episodes that was, but it was, so 2010, 11, 12. So kind of three very busy years.
Yeah, I bet. So now, when you got the job, did you have any idea that it would grow that much and you'd be in that many episodes? Or had they told you that they were going to do this many, this first year and then see? But they did, or didn't they even say that? Or were you too young to even think about that?
I think I was probably a bit too young to think about how many years it could go for, or how TV even works, really. You just kind of go, oh, I booked a job. I go to a callback, my fingers are crossed. I haven't heard back. Oh my gosh, it's happening. And then as soon as you find out you've been cast in it, then you hear nothing. And I'm asking my agent, what's happened? Have they cancelled it? Have they changed their mind? And then I'm just so excited it's just every day. It's like you're pinching yourself, going, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Then I think the director and producer Ian Munro had said, oh, if it goes well, we'll want to do more. And then I think maybe as it progressed, like a couple of months in, the production coordinator, the production manager or producer might come over to you and be like, hey, so just want to check your availability. And that's always a good sign, because, they're like, oh, they're thinking of more. And then I think by season 2, they knew it was good, and they were like, yeah, we're probably going to do a 3rd season and then a 4th season, but then that'll be it, I think. So it kind of just kept going. Because I think also with kids TV, if it takes a lot to get it to, like in that case, to get the set built. Just again we also had a giant like beach ball, just massive. Again, I don't know feet and inches too well, but it's a very, very, very big beach ball. And like going under the bed, it was actually a massive bed that you got. It was just all these different props we had, because if they drop like a dental floss or something onto the floor, the kid character drops dental floss, then we have this ginormous, think of dental floss we're interacting with.
And this was cheaper to produce than doing an animation. I mean, it sounds like with all those props, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I know. We had some really talented people. I reckon the props and everything would have still cost a bit, but the cast is quite small. Only really 4, like 6 with the puppets, but 4 of us on a regular basis. So I think that's where it becomes
the cost was down that way. Yeah. I know Liz is biting at the bit to get in here.
Oh, that's okay. I'm still stinging that Marcia stole one of my first questions.
Well, that's what we do, and then I expounded on it. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I steal yours, so fair's fair.
I know, fair's fair. Yeah.
The first thing I wanted to say, Riley, is early happy birthday. Because I know it's coming up in a couple weeks. So.
Oh my goodness, I appreciate that. So sweet.
And you had done a lot of different things. First starting as Tom the Cowboy, or at least that's one of the first things I saw you in. Yeah. Has anybody since then, or during the time you were filming, come up and recognized you and wanted an autograph?
From Toybox specifically?
From Toybox, yeah.
I would say definitely while it was going on, we sometimes got I got fan mail. Yeah. That certainly happened. I have, because especially maybe when I've taught, because I've done some acting teaching of younger kids, and the kids would sometimes recognize me. But I've got to say, the hat is a big part of it. So if I don't have the hat on,
they don't associate. Yeah.
People don't associate. But I do, it's more messages now. It's more with Instagram and stuff. It's more messages from people going, "Oh my gosh, I watched you when I was 6. You're that person." Or, and that's probably funny. And actually one of the weirdest things about coming here, because the final bit of extra work I did, because I was doing, when I was 17, 18, doing some background work. My final job as background was on H2O. And here in America, everyone's, as soon as you set foot in LA, people go, "Oh no, Cleo," and so it's kind of, that's been the really surprising thing, because also Brittany Burns, from my co-star in Toybox, she was the main villain, Charlotte, from H2O, I think season 1. Yeah. So that's kind of been the funniest thing, that I feel like my tiny bit on H2O and then Toybox has kind of followed me around a bit, because I guess kids watch you and then they grow up, don't they? And then they're like,
they usually grow up
that way. Yeah. I wanted to say one thing with Strange Creatures. Mm-hmm. I think that was one of the most beautifully written stories that you did. And as far as playing the character of Nate, it covered all the bases, and you emoted so well with your expressions on screen that I think it is definitely something that more people, the movie should be known about more. And I know because it was filmed in Australia, not a lot of things are produced too much in Australia. Mm-hmm. But that, I think, was also started to be produced and filmed during the height of COVID, wasn't it?
Yes, it was actually, it was in, I would say it's just after the middle or towards the end. We actually shot that, and thank you for that beautiful comments, Liz. I really appreciate that.
I've been telling
filmed-
everybody about the movie. Trust me, it is literally
She
one of my
has.
favorites.
Yes,
Yeah.
she has.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow, that's incredible. What did you? Was it when it was on the 9 Now, or how did you watch it?
I have friends that are
You
from
have friends.
Australia and
Okay.
Got me a copy. Let's put it
They
that way.
got you a copy.
And
Okay,
then,
cool.
and then after that, then it was released here, and we
Yeah.
got to see certain things. So
Yeah. Oh no, amazing. So the filming of that was actually January and February 2023. So a bit after. It was still, we definitely still had, I think maybe we had masks still.
Yeah, you probably
when
yeah,
we were
because
filming.
Australia, I think, is one of the strictest countries that went through COVID precautions.
Yes, yeah, and I know Metro TV series Metrosexual, that
Cool.
was season 2 was definitely during the height of COVID. Like literally would have got shut down if we started a day after we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, time flies. My
Doesn't it?
goodness, can't believe it. Crazy.
One thing that you had done, I think probably even before you did Toybox, was a theater-produced version of Saw. How much fun was that to do?
Oh my gosh! Saw, yes. So Saw's actually an LA thing.
Oh, okay. I thought
yeah.
it was before that. Okay.
Yeah, no. Well, maybe there was a version before that, but my interaction with it at least is this year. So they saw the unauthorized parody, the musical, the unauthorized parody of Saw. Yeah, so that's been going on. I think it started a few years ago in New York, and then it's had 2 or 3 versions going at once, touring around the country. And there's a version of it in LA at the Hudson Theater. So I am there's a very talented cast. It's quite a long season. So it started in like March and it's still going once or twice or 4 times a week, depending. And so I am one of the Dr. Gordons. I'm Dr. Lawrence Gordon. I'm a surgeon and cancer specialist. And because Carrie Elwes, because it's a parody version of the movie, there's a few lines where we make fun of a blend of the American accent and also the British accent. So sometimes I'll be British and sometimes I'll be American and really make kind of with love make fun of the film. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of blood, a lot of sawing off feet.
My nephew had to go down to LA to help bring a friend of his car home, but they were delayed for about 3 days down in LA, and he said that he went and saw it because he loves horror and he loves Saw, and they just happened to run across it. I don't know how he ran across it, but he said it was one of the most funny things that he has seen watching horror. He said it was a brilliant combination of it.
Really?
So, and I was a little bit jealous because I'm like, you got to see it and I didn't. This makes me mad. But speaking of accents, somebody outed you, a little birdie, shall we say, that you are the quote unquote boss of accents. Is there any particular one that you can share with us?
That's very.
You can do something to him later.
Okay. Oh, to him. Okay, I've narrowed it down. Okay. That's some of the you guys have a talented universe. Has this special network. You have fingers in all the pies. You've got spies everywhere.
You have no idea.
I have no idea.
Okay.
It's like I told a fellow actor that we had on here. I had dug up an old picture of him playing this almost like elf fairy back when he was in college. And I said, I told you I had the pictures. I sent them to him. And he comes back and goes, I thought I buried those. And it's like, I know where all the bodies are buried, Nick. Sorry.
Oh, my gosh. Look, that's very kind. So with accent, I think probably... So weird thing has happened since moving to America, right? Where So in Australia, so up until 2023, early 2024, I'm in Australia, right? And anytime there's a big American production coming over, we're having to do American accents. And so I think we're pretty fortunate that we have access to good coaches. And I had a coach, Troy McIntyre, who I worked with when I was younger. He passed away, but he kind of gave me a great base when I was a teenager. And then Jenny Kent is my current dialect coach. And so every time you get a big audition, like a Liam Neeson movie or like San Andreas, or literally, going back to Peter Pan, just anything where you have to play American, you're kind of breaking down the script and doing an hour session on it. And so I've kind of done that for many years with American accent. And also anytime a musical comes to Australia, Waitress or Book of Mormon, instantly it's American. Gilligan's Island, it's American. So we're being American. And then since moving to LA, my managers, Todd and Rodney of Justice and Ponder, they're incredible. And they, I think, gave me the very great advice of just staying in accent, because it removes doubt from casting directors' minds, and just from a confidence perspective. So essentially, I think, just going back to that comment of the boss of accent, I think it's because on set, really nobody knows that I'm Australian. So usually I'm like this, and I'm talking and doing my thing and being the character I'm being. And then sometimes after we finish whatever we're doing, I'll have coffee or catch up with the director or other actors, and I'll just stay in this because it's too strange to go back. Because if you know me as this, then if I suddenly change to Australian accent, they go, what? And so I think that's kind of maybe where that comes from, because it's now this weird, it's a kind of a strange situation where sometimes I've even had I had a meeting once where I was working with two creatives, one who knew me as Australian and the other who only knew me as American. And so when we came together, I was like, okay, I'm going to stick to this because it's going to be weird for one of you. So I will just be American. And that's just wasn't going to be, because it doesn't help anyone if I go, hi, how are you? Oh yeah, I'm really good. Thanks. Oh, that's great to hear. Oh, Bonza. Awesome. Okay. What should we talk about? I don't know. I'm going to get a coffee. Like, well, so you kind of got to, but it is strange. I would say American and Aussie is probably my best, but then, access to all the UK ones, but I would definitely say I use a coach. I'm not sure if I'm the accent boss, but that's very kind of them to say.
Well, I just have to throw this one comment, and I'll let you keep going. Aisha is giving away our secrets, but that's okay.
Yes, she is.
She says, "Talented Universe taught the FBI and the CIA everything they know."
Oh my gosh!
Thank you, Aisha.
Okay.
Impressive, right?
Amazing. Very impressive.
Okay, go ahead, Liz.
What I was going to say is just hand it over to Marcia, because I'm sure she's
Oh, okay.
For which I'm grateful. I saw on your list of things that you've done a title called Riley Nottingham Needs Your Help. Yes. Okay, I grew up in New York. I went to a lot of theater, off Broadway and stuff like that, experimental. So I'm thinking, now, what could this be about? Yeah. So I'm going to ask you, Riley Nottingham needs your help with what?
Yes. Riley Nottingham Needs Your Help was my second solo live show, where I need your help because it was a choose your own adventure. So the premise is life has got so difficult. It's so hard to decide which path to take. What's the right path for me, that I need you to tell me what to do. So at certain points in the story, I would hand it over to the audience and they go, do you want me to take this path or this path? And and so that's kind of what it was, like this 50-minute kind of musical comedy, bittersweet, choose your own adventure show. Yeah.
So it's like one of those books where you turn the page and you go.
Yeah, exactly. Like R.L. Stein's Give Yourself Goosebumps. Turn to page 45 for this option, page 20 for this option. And with the help of a little acute voiceover that kind of came along with us. Yeah.
So did you come up with this idea, or how did this idea come up to you?
Yeah, so I've been playing, well, how do I have? So I've been playing piano since I was younger and singing, but I never really considered myself someone who could accompany myself on the piano and sing. And in 2022, I kind of just identified that as like, this is something I've been saying for so long. Oh, I wish I started to learn piano when I was younger. That'd be so great. I said that at 18, I said that at 25. And I was like, if I just started playing more back when I said it, oh, it's too late for me to start playing. Well, I'd be so much better now. So I was like, I just need to play. So I kind of took, it sounds so crazy now because I'm like, wow, I look back and go, oh, good on you, Riley. I took kind of a 4 or 5 month period off most work I was doing and played piano for 6 or 7 hours each day to get good enough to accompany myself. So I'm very deadline driven. So I'm like a big procrastinator if I don't have a deadline. I think a lot of creatives are, or a lot of people in general maybe are. So I kind of booked a theater, said Manifesto, come along. And then people started buying tickets, and then I needed to create a show.
Are you kidding?
No. And so I did that. And so Riley Nottingham Needs Your Help was then my one the year after. That was my second one that I did. But it was kind of initially just to literally get better at piano, and what better way than to put pressure on yourself and the fear of being terrible in front of an audience.
That is an amazing challenge you set for yourself. You booked the theater before you even had a show.
Yes.
You're nuts.
Maybe.
Oh, you got something else, Liz, huh?
I was like, okay.
I love that.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I just don't. Thank you. I just maybe don't. It's like being at school and having a couple of weeks or a couple of months to do an assignment or to study for this test, and then you just do it all the night before because you go, oh my gosh, it's finally here. That seems to be how my brain works. So sink or swim. Yes, it's a lot more reasonable to just do just a few minutes each day for many years. That's a much more reasonable way to do it. But yeah, it's. Yeah. Do you ever do that? Like set yourself a deadline?
I'm a procrastinator as well. I work best when the deadline is like here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not that I haven't been thinking about it now. I have been thinking about it, but then all of a sudden the energy comes. So I get what you mean about that. Of course, I've never done my own theater show in that way. But yeah, I get that. And I can imagine the audiences love that because, number one, they kind of controlled what was going to happen.
Yes.
Which is fun.
Yeah. No, it was pretty fun. I really like immersive theater as well. And so it was kind of being able to give people a choice of what to do. It just makes it because I had people held up. They had signs they held up, kind of yes or no, kind of, and that I just really love interactive stuff. Anything to make it not so passive as the audience. I really enjoy that. So yeah, and then I do have an idea for my next one. But I have which will probably be in a yoga studio. but I haven't set a date for that one yet. I've been a bit too
Okay.
busy with verticals.
Well, you'll have to keep us informed on that because we have to know next what Riley Nottingham needs our help with. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah. Since we haven't even touched on this, and I'll probably take some from Liz, but that's all right. We haven't talked about verticals yet, really.
We haven't, have we?
We've been talking about all your other fun stuff you've done, but
No. And here we are in widescreen. I mean, we're not even in.
well, we could, you know, but then that gets a little crazy. But how many verticals so far have you been in? That have been released.
They've been released. Maybe 26, 26
Good heavens.
25, 25 or 26 that have been released, or maybe 24 that have been released. Because I'm working on my 30th at the moment.
Are you really? Wow.
Yeah. But who's counting?
Well, no, I know who's counting. And we usually ask, when you started doing verticals and you told your friends what you were doing and they gave you a funny look, how did you explain to them what you were doing? How did you explain what a vertical drama was?
I said it's a soap opera on steroids. It's imagine Bold and the Beautiful, General Hospital, Home and Away in Australia, just Days of Our Lives. It's that, but with more violence, more sex, more fun, more colors, more everything. It's
more bad
more
guys.
Everything. More bad guys, more good guys.
More vampires. More billionaires. You know? Like,
yeah. And then after a while, I probably said it. I described it as also sometimes not being on Earth, is how sometimes I think of some of them. Like in terms of, I used to go, oh, would this really happen on planet Earth and all this stuff? But I've worked out really a lot of them are in an alternate reality where it looks and feels like 2025 mostly, but there's just a bit, whether it be a magic potion or the odd werewolf or just something where it's kind of an alternate reality, and that's kind of how I described it as well. And I just said they're lots of fun, and I've been great. I've just been great. I've just been sharing it with friends, being grateful for it really, because feel like we've landed at this amazing time where you can be so just busy on set, which is a wonderful gift.
Yes, it is. It is. And we've talked to other people, and it's like, this has been a great opportunity for a lot of people, especially some that were just starting out or had their career on hold during COVID. So, and so it's been nice having this. And I mean, I found them out last year, and finally got the show going on verticals. So in February. So we've been having people since February. So.
Okay. Oh wow. Yeah, I've seen some of my colleagues come on and chat. I've been going, wow, you guys have got the vertical market cornered. You've got, oh, here's another star. Here's another star. Here's another. Wow.
Yeah. Well, we've tried, and I think we were one of the first that were doing it. So
yeah.
Which we are very happy about. And our first vertical actor we had on was an Australian.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
And
who was that?
Don Yongma.
Okay. I need to.
He does some in Australia and China. That's where he's based.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh wow.
And he was our first guest for verticals. So.
Oh.
And he's been back twice.
Yeah.
What an honor.
Yeah.
What an honor. Okay. Early adopter. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's been fun. Liz, go ahead.
I know your mother probably was very busy with you guys when you were children. You have three brothers, to my understanding.
Yes, I've got
Did
3 older brothers. Yes.
did any of them decide to go into the arts at all, or did they do different careers?
They are all doing different careers. So, and you've definitely done your research. You definitely work for the CIA. Congratulations, Liz. This is amazing. My eldest brother is an audiologist. So
Okay.
kind of, with ears, and
Yeah.
he's done a super smart. He kind of did journalism before that, and so he's done a few things. And then my next 2 brothers, who are twins, they're 5 years older than me. One is a doctor and anaesthetist in Australia, or anesthesiologist here,
Mm-hmm.
and the other is something in IT, something with computers, super smart as well. And then there's me, who
Don't say and then there's me. You're not.
well, no, but I'm maybe the black sheep in that way. But I think we've always kind of just been supported to do what we wanted to do, and I was probably always the least. Whereas the others had sport, they were a bit more into sport growing up. I did theatre more, so mum and dad would take them to football or a race, and they dropped me off at the theatre, and I'd be rehearsing for the musical. And yes, so but it's never too late to start, like I tell everyone. And I've definitely had family show up in most of the projects that I've had a hand in writing or producing as well. So
Well,
I try to get them involved.
oh, definitely. I think Morgan Freeman started out in his 40s by the time he started doing stuff. So it
Yeah.
is never too late. I mean, you could be in your 80s and do a casting call for something.
Absolutely. Yes.
I know that you and your partner came here to Hollywood first. You're acting and other things,
Yeah.
but how that was just right after COVID and stuff had really started to clear up. Were you guys nervous moving here? Different country, different everything away from home, and then you got into verticals. So how scary was that?
Yeah, Liz, I think we were both. So the green card process was kind of this 4-year, nearly 5-year journey. So a lot of paperwork back and forth, a lot of talking to different lawyers so you find the right one to help you, and gathering all your evidence to say, please let me in. It was, I think it was, you could say scary, but I think for me, for us, for Deck and I'd say that scary, I always think scary is the same as excitement. It's just, you're just telling yourself a different story about it. So it was just super, super exciting. We knew that it would be really hard being away from family, but that we had each other. And it's always been on the list to go to Hollywood, because speaking for me, I've been wanting to be an actor, and I have been acting since I was 10. Like, I've had an agent since I was, I think, 10.
Yeah.
So I've kind of always been marching towards eventually hoping to find my way in America. So I think we were just so excited. We definitely were. This is the interesting thing about coming. You do lots of research on Google and Facebook and Reddit and forums, and find as much as you can. And sometimes that stuff, we did kind of stop looking at it because it was scary. Because for everyone who says come to America, there's lots of people saying don't come.
Yeah.
The industry, or lots of kind of negative stuff. And we kind of spoke to each other going, if we do not like it, if we hate it, we can just come back. Like, it's an adventure. And so we saw it as a big adventure. And when we came for the activation trip in March last year, it was even, we were still not sure if we were going to move to New York or LA or maybe Atlanta, or we weren't sure. But as soon as we landed, this feeling of like, oh, this is home. This is amazing. It was just this energy, and it was every single thing that we went to do, it felt like there was a light shining on us or something. I'll give you an example. Like, people talk about the social security office, is it that, and how it will be really, it's really tricky to, when you get to it, when you're moving to America, you don't have a bank account yet, you don't have social security, or all this stuff, and it'll be really hard. And that's what all the stuff online said. So we were really quite panicked about, okay, going to get to social security early, it's going to be really hard to do this. And we went in to the office in Burbank, and we'd arrived through Honolulu Wednesday night. So this was like Friday, we were in LA, and we were prepared for a long wait, because that's what the internet said. And it was a really short wait. Straight away, we got called up. And then we kind of said, oh, hey, I know it's probably not possible, but we've just arrived. The social security card, I know, will take a long time. Is there any way we could just find out what our social security numbers are, so we could try to open a bank account and do all this other stuff and try to find a place to live? And the lovely person at the counter was like, of course, it's really hard to move to a new country. Here's your numbers. And so everything we thought would be really difficult was kind of really easy. And so honestly, we went, we don't believe anything until we kind of see it for ourselves.
Yeah.
Because so that's been a huge, a wonderful, I think, learning of being here. And even back home, sometimes people go, oh, how's America going? And they're expecting me to be negative about it sometimes. And I go, it's awesome. Like, there's always challenge. I know there are always, it's a really challenging time at the moment in the world, and there's always lots of great stuff happening, lots of bad stuff happening, and that's always been the case. But honestly, I really have loved being here. So it's kind of, I've kind of rambled on. I don't know. Did that answer your question though, Liz?
that did answer my question. And I'm going to do one more quick one, then I'm going to toss it back to somebody. You love doing improv, and improv is probably the thing that my daughter enjoyed most, because she's a theater kid as well. But she actually came up with this question more. When you have improv and you throw out something and it comes back to you either with a fellow co-star or you're doing improv with a live audience, have they ever tossed something back at you that's either stumped you or you've wound up breaking character?
Great question, Liz's daughter. I think I'll go on the breaking character. No, I would say no on the breaking character, only because I did a show. I was part of the reboot of a show in Australia called Thank God You're Here, an improvised comedy show. And the one rule of that show is you cannot laugh. You cannot break. They probably wouldn't fire you because they're lovely people who run it, but it's like the big thing, like do not laugh. So that was kind of a great recent training ground for me to just not break character. I think the great thing about improv is whatever is thrown back at you, you can always take it, even if it's something, especially if it's something you're not expecting. You can always build on it. If someone throws a word at you, tea, and you go tea leaf, coffee, hot. What? There's always a link to it, or you can also ignore it in a really funny way. So I'm not sure. Nothing's coming to mind that's stumped me in front of. Oh, actually, no, I lie. This is not exactly improv, but there's a scene in the musical of Saw where Dancing with a Doll, and the doll literally, I'm dancing with her, and she was kind of falling apart, and so her arms ripped off during it, and I was absolutely cacking myself, as we'd say in Australia, laughing a lot during that. So I've definitely had a few times where I've been laughing and not able to continue, but that's kind of in a parody show, so I can kind of get away with it. Yeah.
Thank you for that answer, Marsha or Michael, whoever wants to.
Well, we're getting close to the end, so I'm saying we're going to do our last little questions to torment Riley. So, Marsha, go for it.
Sure. I was wondering if, and thinking that maybe you and Declan may have at some time competed for the same role. Has that ever happened?
Yes. So definitely every week. Every week we've got at least one or two that we're doing the same audition for. Yes.
Do you battle it out?
We battle it out.
You keeping score?
No. See, Deck and I are so different. Like, if there's ever a role, I mean, everyone really is so different. With Deck, anything that he books or that I book, we're just so happy for each other. So it's kind of who cares who gets it in a way. But also, if there's definitely been roles that I've got, and vice versa, roles that he has got, and in both cases it made perfect sense because we are so different. I mean, we really look so different. Our personalities are different. Our energies are totally different. So I would say that even with acting generally, like my acting teacher always used to say, like, look around, like in class, she said, look at the person next to you, look at the person to the right of you. You're all competing for the same roles and stuff. Look how different you all look. Look how different every single person is. And so Miriana really tried to instill in us that everyone is so unique that if you're meant to get the role, you'll get the role.
You'll get that.
And so if there is any competition, it's only in a healthy, jokey way. We're pretty good about just yeah.
And you got to play a bit of a superhero in your Mike's Hard Lemonade commercial.
Yes, I know. I know. That was cool.
So you kind of played like a Stretch Armstrong. Well, I don't know if you have Stretch Armstrong in Australia, but you had the.
Yeah. Well, I think I was the. Oh my gosh, what was my name? I was like the inverse of Johnny Fire. I was the ice guy instead of fire. I was ice. So I kind of just pointed at that bottle of Mike's Harder and froze the heck out of it. And I actually didn't know what Mike's Harder was until the commercial. And then I asked people, and I'd be curious, Michael, Liz, Marsha, I'd be interested if you agree with this. I was like, so Mike's Harder, how would you describe it? And people said to me, oh, it's something that generally you drink at home. You wouldn't usually order it at a bar. Would you agree with that? It's like a home drink?
I don't drink. I don't go to bars, so maybe one of the others could help you.
No, I don't drink either. So
although I did like Mike's Hard Lemonade for some reason. Did I actually confess that? Oh my gosh.
Oh, we're gonna have to edit it out, Marsha, or do we post it up really big places?
No, but that Mike's Hard Lemonade is actually really good.
Okay.
And do you like it?
I've only tried the harder. Well, no, I do. I've tried the harder lemonade, which was definitely stronger, and I was like, oh, well, that's really strong. The hard is not as. It's like a bit sweeter,
yeah,
like
just
not
a
as
little.
strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a little.
Yeah. No.
So there's harder than that.
Yeah, there's Mike's Hard
that.
Lemonade, and then there's Mike's Harder, which is, I think, stronger.
Okay.
Um,
But but yeah, playing a superhero's got to be cool. I mean, even if it.
oh no, so fun. And like the costume design, like the people who designed the costume, oh my gosh, there was a team. This is going to on the spot. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, the name that like the oh, can I find on my phone? The costume designers were from like they do stuff on the Mandalorian and like
Oh wow.
incredible. I know. And they were doing like our costumes. It was like yeah, really really amazing.
They really
I'm-
look nice. I'll say that.
So that was yeah, it was really cool. They put a lot into it, and like that whole team Warped Media, they do a lot of really cool commercials with like really cool special effects, and so it was awesome. And again, this is part of the thing that's been amazing about America, LA, is the breadth of project that goes on here is just incredible. Like people doing YouTube stuff and all the commercials and then the verticals and then the short films and the independent films and the theater, and it's just such a creative hub, and it's awesome.
Well, my part, thank you so much, Riley. You've been great. I've been enjoying talking with you. So hope you come back.
Liz.
Just one quick question. If they ever started to either do a mini series of it or an actual movie remake of either The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings or anything like that, would you try out for that role if you were offered one of the roles?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Lord of the Rings, it would be controversial remaking such a masterpiece trilogy. So I'd want to like get on the phone to Peter Jackson and everyone would be like, is this okay? But that would be a dream. I mean, gosh, what role? I think I'd audition to be an elk in that. I'd be whatever. I'd be moss growing on an elk, just to be part of that. It'd be incredible.
Oh, you're so funny.
And the other thing I want to say is thank you so much for taking your time and joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I just realized the time has flown by so fast. I literally thought we'd only been here for like 15 minutes.
No.
So
No.
it's wonderful.
You guys have been amazing. I cannot believe how much. Oh my gosh, you're the most. Your research skills are incredible, and this has been so fun. And you're all so lovely to talk to. Made me feel so welcome. So I really appreciate it. Thank you for all you're doing, shining lights on people in the industry and what people are up to. It's amazing.
Yeah, well, we love doing it. And there's two more little things. Vertical Drama King says, thank you for this, Riley and Talented Universe.
Thank you.
And then Aisha has got a question. She wants to know if you're going to go into this field too. I asked this in nearly every guest, but have you ever considered voice acting in Japanese anime? And yes, I'm a complete anime nut.
Yes, she is. I'll confirm that.
I'll confirm it too.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, I haven't really thought about it until right now, but I really love. So I'm definitely not as much of a Japanese anime nut as you are, but I love Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle, and I would love to. I've done a bit of voice acting, but not for a full kind of series or movie. And I would definitely like to. I think it's really cool when you get an opportunity to bring something to life just through your voice, kind of put all the energy into that part of your instrument. So yes, and maybe it'll happen. Maybe we can make it happen together.
Well, if you do it, you're going to be a guest on our show, which is The Troublesome Twosome, and we do all Japanese anime and stuff. So yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, sign me up. Okay, we'll work towards that.
We will.
Definitely.
And I would just like to say thank you, Riley, for coming. We greatly appreciate it. And everybody out there, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff to Riley and to us. I'm going to throw Riley's Instagram back up there at the end, and tell him that you said you saw him on our show, and then he'll know who he needs to block, like us.
Yep.
You just never know what happens. But
Identify yourself.
yeah, pretty much. Well, everyone, take care, and we'll see you
Thank
again.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks so
Ryan.
much, guys. Bye.